Hello, everybody, and welcome to Making Your Marketing Formula Day 2. So, yesterday we talked all about all the problems that I've seen when people are making their marketing formula and some common terms that I'm going to be discussing today. So, if you missed it, go back to the previous email or feel free to scan that QR code and message me like, "Oh, I missed the day 1 training." Feel free to do that and I will definitely get that to you. But today we are going to be talking all about how to figure out what your unique formula needs to entail. And there's going to be a little bit of math, and this is definitely going to be a shorter one than yesterday. But I want to make sure that you feel like you've got the grounds to actually craft your marketing formula, which is what we're going to do tomorrow. So, within your business, you are going to have so many things that make your business different. Of course, I'm going to share with you the things that worked for me because I want to help you based on my personal experience and what's worked for my clients that I've been sharing. But I want to show you all the crazy things that I did when I was building my business and the 3 essentials that I'm doing to hit my 6-figure mark this year. I'm also letting you guys know that if you are past the 6-figure mark, that's when you can start to add some more things again. However, there are 3 essentials that I'm focusing on this year just to hit my first 100K for this year. And of course, I want to remind you about first off, why this is so awesome and important, and talk with you about some of my former clients. Like I mentioned, I've got a group coaching program and I have a one-on-one coaching program. And Shanna is one of my amazing clients who did the group a couple of rounds ago, and she founded the Commit to You coaching program. I feel like one of the things that I like to do for every single one of my clients is I want to make your service stand out and I want to give you a signature program. So she created the Commit to You coaching. And after we started working together, she decided to start a Facebook group for her business to hit some of that interactive marketing that we talked about last week. She's also been presenting for local groups. And because she created all of the freedom in her business, because she created all of these systems to make everything really organized and function really smoothly, she's actually going to go full time in her business this year, which is just so amazing because I know that we started these businesses A because we want to help people, and B because we want to hopefully, or some of us want to actually create these businesses as our form of income. And how cool is it that we can create our main form of income in a way that we can help people? Pretty awesome. And that's why I wanted to share her. So, today we are going to be talking all about the solution, how you are going to craft your business formula. I want to say this because a lot of you guys might have heard me yesterday and been like, oh my gosh, I'm doing a ton of outbound marketing. I've never even started interactive marketing. I truly have no idea. If you're just starting out, it's like, I have no idea what I should even do in my business. And I want you to know that every single thing that you do is working. It's making your business better in some way. And there are some just unique things that I want to help you focus on and use your time, energy, and money to go towards within your business. Now, when you are thinking about ways that you want to spend that time, energy, and money for your business, there are things that you are going to be doing that are indirect and direct. So those are things like managing your time and your business. Those are things like planning for the future, making sure that you know what you're doing each week, each month, each year to make sure that your future years, so that your business is running really smoothly. You're also going to be focusing on getting your clients results. So, whoever is working with you, if they are paying for your service, you want to make sure that you are giving them the highest service possible. Because, first off, that's why you decided to start this business. And a lot of these direct things get in the way, but you want to make sure you are showing up for your people. And that also means in just that's how you want to run your business. You want to help the people that you decide to help. But I also want to let you know that all of that energy and effort will come back to you. I like to think about it's like that energy, that current that you're giving to them will come back to you maybe in currency that's in the form of money or funds. And so lots of times when I do an amazing job of getting my clients results, They give me testimonials, which you probably have seen all over my page. They also refer me to their friends and other people they think I could help. And they also just get an invaluable experience. They might even want to work with you again. A lot of times when people work with me, they work with me for multiple rounds because the first round, they're getting their like feet wet. They're like figuring out all these things. And then we're solidifying and scaling in the next round. So it's amazing to be able to do that for your clients. And you want to make sure that that is like the foundation of your business. And you want to make sure you focus on that. You also might be getting certifications. Like I got certified as a life coach. That is also like a great way that you can build your business, and also getting coaching. Like obviously as a business coach, I would highly recommend getting coaching to make sure that you are seeing your blind spots that someone else might be able to see for you. So those are the pieces of indirect. And then there are also direct pieces. So there's marketing, there's selling, there's teaching and presenting, and those building those relationships. Like I said, as a service-based industry, your heart is in this business. I know that. And you want to be building relationships with people you can help. So that's what the pieces of your formula are. And I want you to increase intensity for the things that work. So we're going to list out all the things you've been doing in your business, and we're going to increase the intensity for the things that work for you. And to do that, I'm going to show you what I did. So when I was building my business back in 2022, I really knew that for me, the most important piece of my business is my mentorship and education. Every single coach that I have ever worked with, every single person that I have hired to be my mentor, and every single piece of education that I have invested in, I have made back in return. And whether that is in a physical actual investment, like I've made, if I invest 6K, I make 6K back, or if that's in, like, I know it's going to make me 6K in the future. I think a lot of people in their businesses, a lot of us expect and think that when you're investing in things, you should see the return right away. So it should be like if I invest 7,500, I should see 7,500 right when I'm done. However, when you create a business, you are going to need to a lot of times spend more than you might even see in the return. And that's a healthy business at the beginning. I remember I had someone tell me that I was like I was making poor investment decisions because I was spending a lot of money in my business. In my first year full time in 2022, this is my first year full time, I invested 66K. That's a lot of money. But I made sure that I was going to get my investment from whatever I invested in, and I knew that I wouldn't necessarily see the money from it right away. I'm also in that stage of my business again, and I'm investing without necessarily seeing the return because I know that there are things that I need to learn in order to scale my business in the way I want to. So if you are talking to your friends, they're like, "Oh my God, you're spending so much money growing your business." Yes, that's how businesses work. Literally why credit cards were or credit was invented in the 1920s was because when you start a business, you should not have 66K to spend. Doesn't make sense. Nobody has that. Well, if you have it, great. But like nobody has that kind of money that they're just like sitting around like, "Oh, I've just got 66K just sitting here." You need to be able to have like liquid kind of ways that you can get that. A lot of times I put my investments on credit cards that I pay back as I go, and I can still use them as tax deductions later. The taxing system is also definitely made for people with businesses. It can help you out, especially at the beginning, because people know that when you start a business, it's not supposed to make money necessarily right away. So if that's you, I got you. And I've been there, and I got general coaching, I got business coaching, I got marketing coaching with, and like the general coaching that I had Megs, I had Jackie, I had Berna, I was in marketing masterminds with Stacey Bayman, I was in the life coach school one, I was in a business mastermind with Jackie as well. I got certified through the life coach school. I was in general coaching groups. Like I did everything. And I spent like around, I just guesstimated, but like 260 hours of my year in 2022 were spent. And I noticed I was with peers when I first started coaching. and we were on the same playing field. And I've always had a mentor in my business. I've always had someone that I'm working with, whether that's been in a mastermind or one-on-one. I've always had somebody looking at my business and being in on my business. And I think it's the number one reason why I've grown so quickly. And the reason why I say that is because I'm not some special snowflake, but it's because I know how much mental energy goes into building a business. I know that when I was building a business, there was so much mental drama because I was a solopreneur. So like I took everything about my business very personally when people weren't working, and I needed the coaches to have my back and help me to be like, "Hey, it's not about you. We're moving forward." So helpful. So and I have seen that my peers that were on the same playing field as me, we'd made the same amount of money. They'd even made more sometimes than me. I grew way faster than them because I had mentors. And so I want to harp on that. If you're investing in that right now, great decision. And know that like a lot of people will question your investments, and that's okay. The other thing I did was self-coaching. I averaged the pages out monthly because I wanted you guys to see numbers. I spent or I would type 52 pages around every single month using Talk to Type, and it spent like 130 hours on that just to make sure my brain was clear so I could show up and serve people in my service-based business. I also spend a ton of time writing copy and teaching. I wrote 127 pages of copy in 2022 alone, and I spent like 260 hours on it. I also spent time managing. If you are not managing your business, doing evaluations, responding, and calendaring, I would say this is a huge problem for you and your business. And I would highly recommend making sure that you're actually managing your business. I've had the privilege of working with one of my amazing clients, Ben, and he runs a news company. And within the first 2 years of their company, talk about insane growth, they're now appraised at 20 million. So huge company, 40 employees. And the reason why they grow so quickly is because they evaluate things every single day. So every day they're like, if this isn't working, we got to change it. If this isn't working, let's do something different. Like instantly. Like I would talk to him every single week. He's like, okay, the 6 things that I told you, we're not doing anymore. We're doing these 6 things. And I was like, great. Love that. And it was just fascinating to see that's what can really create your growth. The other thing is planning, making sure you've got a monthly plan, an annual plan. Do you know what you're doing this year? And do you have a long term plan? Do you know where your business is going 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now? That's really important for you to know. And of course, like this is, I've had to make sure that I did this. And this is what I teach my clients to do as well. 104 hours doing that. And then, of course, actually delivering to my clients, making sure I was coaching, making sure I was doing peer coaching, doing consults. That was 883 hours. I went in with those numbers. Hope you like it. The next thing is directly. So this meant that I was doing networking and outreach. And I didn't realize this was for me. I didn't know the difference between interactive marketing and outbound marketing in 2022. I literally didn't know those words existed until like January of 2023. So I only spent 40 hours doing it because I was like, meh, not that important. Interesting. And I just spent 40 hours doing that, just like talking to them, telling them about my business. I also I did 5 webinars last year. I'm going to do a couple more this year. You'll see my plan, I think tomorrow. And just in order to like prep for that, I spent like 80 hours. So it took me a while to figure out how to do a webinar like this, like how to do a training, how to do a presentation. And it's something that I think sets my business apart. And I, of course, teach my clients how to do that too. Um, Facebook group. So I only had this Facebook group from September to December of 2022. And I did live coaching calls. I did strategy videos. I answered questions, and I only spent like 26 hours in there. I also did presentations. I was talking with sororities. I talked with 6 NC State, just at NC State. I did a women's group, 2 coaching groups, and I spent like 117 hours on this. So the webinars and presentations, like I spent a lot of time on, but as a former teacher, I love doing these kind of things because I love teaching people and like giving you like instant results to like work with. So definitely a strength and play to it. Then I also, within referrals, so that's the 623 hours I did with my one-on-one coaching calls. That's how I was like working with people. And I would just talk with people that they were like, oh, I think there's an awesome person for you to work with. I was like, great, send them my way. I also built an email list. So I did 200 emails sent, and it took me about like 104 hours. And in 2021, I had a podcast, like I mentioned previously. And I know that you guys might be in this because of all my amazing former clients. And Christina also had a ton of things going on. And so when we were working with her business, we decided to really simplify it. And just in December of 2022, I think it was at the time, she signed a client and tripled all of her consult for all of 2022 in that 1 month of December. It was insane. And so based on that, we crafted her marketing formula so that now she's doing trainings like 4 dates in 4 weeks and is content batching like an entire month in advance because she knows where to put her time and funds. So I want to know where, if you are working with clients, and you can also, if you don't call them clients, you can say customers, whatever you call the people who are paying for your service, whether it's free or it's paid. Again, if you do free, if you're just starting your coaching, where are people who have talked to you about your business come from? And in order to do that, you need to figure out your conversion rate. Now, if you're just starting your business, then you probably don't have those numbers, and that's okay. But if you have been in your business for a while, you should have had, or you could have consults, people that you've done consults with, whether those are, you call them sales calls, discovery calls. And I like to, every single month, I teach a protocol where you go in and you track your people and then you figure out the source of them. So you want to have all the people, obviously, like kept it anonymous, and the people that are green converted, the people that are white did not convert. You want to put the dates and then you want to write where they came from. I These were the sources. So some people came from Instagram. A lot of people came from WOM, word of mouth. So word of mouth, this was self-coaching scholars. This is a friend of mine, a group, a former client friend, certification that I did, another coaching program that I did, networking, referral from a former client, referral from a former client, referral from a former client. So you'll see all of that in there. And I want you to track it. This is what you're going to do tonight. This is your homework. And this is where section 2 is. Now, for me, I, as all my clients know, love a good spreadsheet. It's my love language. It's color coded in spreadsheets. So I like to do a spreadsheet. You do not have to. If you've got that information, pencil, paper, just answer where your past clients have come from. And I want you to know, we're going to go through tomorrow and we're going to find out your conversion rate. We're going to find out, okay, for all the people that you've assigned, where did they come from? And I cannot wait to see you guys there. Again, if you scan that QR code, also, if you have any questions, feel free to message me. And I've got you.